Hi everybody, it's Stephen, the priest. Today I'm joined by Brandon Bridges, a staff member of Building Futures, who has been working in our parish hall, helping out some of the most vulnerable folks in our community throughout all the craziness of life. Brandon, thank you very much for taking the time to talk a little bit.
Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate your time.
Of course. So I wanted to ask you, you had a strong reaction to that great big Black Lives Matter sign in front of this church. Can you share something about that?
Yes. Since the day I've worked with Building with Futures, I appreciated the community that I got a chance to serve. The homeless community is struggling through Alameda because they're oblivious to the fact that they exist. With that being said, I feel like the racism is also a big thing that we want to overlook and say it doesn't exist. And internally, the church, as beautiful as it looks on the outside, the inside has some differences that we would like to address. And when I say we, I'm glad the pastor is speaking with me on this, because just yesterday, a good morning or a God bless you would have changed the outcome of today. And that would have changed the outcome of next week. And that would have changed the outcome to next month. But today I have to speak to you because God bless you means God is blessing all of us. I don't remember a race to where God is looking down on them. And I don't remember a class to where God isn't acknowledging them. And that's what I'm here for.
So, Brandon, can you talk a little bit about how you feel you've been seen or not seen while you do your work here and folks in the church come and go?
Well, first off, I would like to say, I thank all of you who are sincerely watching, because I appreciate your time. It's something that, unfortunately, a lot of our African American staff, we don't receive from you. So for you giving me your time right now, I sincerely appreciate you. And if you're listening and you're open-minded with an open heart, I'm pretty sure my community and the community that you want to represent appreciates you. But with that being said, there are those who need to listen to this message who will probably turn this off or turn away. So with that being said, I would hope that you spread this message of love and peace, because that's what we promote here. A loving, peaceful environment for everyone of any class. And to feel like I promote that, I would like to see you guys receive me like I promote that. I would like to indulge in happiness and smiles with you all. I would like to express myself in memories that I share with you all. I love to know the history of things that I've learned from some of you. I love to hear it all. But what I don't understand is, why wouldn't you want to hear how I'm doing, or my opinion, or my beliefs on things? And that's a big step forward for everyone if you can just contemplate for a second. Do I matter? When I look at you sincerely and ask, would you say good morning to me, how I'm dressed? Or would you cross the street? It's just a question you have to ask yourself and your fellow clergy members. And I'd appreciate it every now and then if you could look at yourselves and say, I'm doing the right thing, no matter what race or color you are. If you're listening to this, you're doing the right thing.
Brandon, can you share any examples of ways you've been ignored when you greet people here?
I receive lunches every day. We take them in from charitable people who have very graciously took their time out during the COVID to prepare lunches for us. And even in those times, while I'm trying to receive the lunches, I get looks. Instead of good mornings or God bless yous, I get looks of disbelief or distaste. I can be sitting at the staff desk, clearly with my badge on, clearly after a long days of work, and be ignored and asked who's in charge. I can be overlooked at any time. I can be talked to maliciously, and for my job's sake, I smile and I bear because I deal with clients. But when they're not clients, and the effect goes so far to ignore the fact that I even belong here, it hurts. It makes someone angry. It makes someone not disgusted, but they look in the mirror and say, what's wrong with me? And that's not a feeling anyone should go to work and feel.
Brandon, when we were talking on the phone, I said we had this lively debate about whether or not to hang a gigantic Black Lives Matter sign. Can you tell me how you felt when you saw that sign out there, given your sense of lack of welcome here in the parish hall?
Well, since the location, if you drive 2 to 3 blocks in any direction, the only other sign you will see is an LGBTQ community flag 2 blocks down to the right on Grand Street. That's a big statement in itself because most of you are from this community. So, with that being said, a slap in the face is a slap in the face. I come here every day. I've never seen a supporting member of the church with a Black Lives Matter shirt, let alone a sign. I've never seen you guys protest. I've never seen anyone even speak to me about what's going on in the last couple months. So to see that sign without even acknowledging the fact I'm here was a slap in my face. And a slap in any African American staff's face. Because do we matter was the question, not a statement.
What advice do you have for the clergy here who work here? What would you want to see us do to do better?
First off, I would like to see you guys love each other more. It starts with you. This is your home. This is your sanctuary. This isn't my home. This isn't where I'm from. It starts with you. Greet each other and show each other kindness. How can you change anything if you treat each other that way? If you treat each other ugly, of course you're going to look at anybody who doesn't look like you ugly. That's first. You have to look at yourselves. And if you notice someone isn't, you have to wake them up spiritually. You have to say, God is watching and God doesn't appreciate ugly. And then we can go into different topics, but you have to start with yourselves.
This is good and hard for me to hear because I take it personally, as I should, and I take it. I take the community's failure personally as well. And when we started this conversation about putting up a sign, I was adamant that a sign is not enough because it risks being just marketing or at the very least a cynical move about our identity. Can you, and I don't know if you can do this, and this isn't your problem to solve, of course. I'm wondering, Brandon, if you can give us any specific ideas for how we start recognizing people who aren't as much like us.
Easy. And I can, because we give it to you all day. We say, good morning. Indulge in a conversation that makes you uncomfortable. Of course this topic makes me uncomfortable. Of course this topic makes him uncomfortable. Does hell make you uncomfortable? Does the fact that you might not make it to heaven make you uncomfortable? You sit in church to make these pathways to make you comfortable. Of course, you have to focus on what makes you uncomfortable to get into a comfortable conversation. You have to embrace the fact that I'm not saying you have to take claim for anything you didn't do. You have to embrace the fact that it's here still. And it's something that you have to teach your youth, not just us. We've taught each other how to love, how to understand, how to be accepting. But you have to teach each other that. And it's a continuous battle in my community too, to tell them not to riot and break down buildings, to not shoot, to not go into a path of destruction, and to show love and embrace each other, because we need each other. We weave each other. This is America. At the end of the day, we're a gumbo pot. You can't get one flavor without having a taste of the other. We cook from the same pot. We all come from the same place. We're all born here. So when I say African American or Black, or whatever you guys want to call us, my grandmother who was born here, her mother before her, we were here. We're not from somewhere else. And even from an aspect of being from somewhere else, you're here now. You're part of the American gumbo. And we need to culturalize each other. We need to bring each other up to speed. We need to show each other flavorings, seasonings, techniques, things to get further. And how can we do that without an uncomfortable conversation?
I think we might have a future preacher here.
I've heard that one.
Well, Brandon, I want to really thank you for your time.
Of course.
And having the guts to say something when you felt upset about hypocrisy.
Of course.
And I want to keep this conversation going. So I'd like your permission to reach out to you again and
Anytime.
check in on how we're doing.
Anytime.
Anything else you want to say to the good people of the internet?
Well, because this is going to spread further than Alameda or Alameda County. I believe when we take steps like this, the gap in age difference doesn't accumulate for the gap in knowledge. So share this knowledge, share this wisdom. Even if you don't appreciate everything that was said by either party, we both have valid stances on it. Sadness, anger, these are things that we feel, but they will get us to happiness and joy. So please, enjoy your days. Play with your kids. Enjoy your families. Look after each other. Protect yourselves. But acknowledge the fact that we're all in it together still. There will be a day we will get to come together and hug each other. Just don't forget to hug everyone, to tell everyone God bless you.
Thank you, Brandon.
You're welcome.
God bless you. God bless all of you too.
God bless you also, Pastor.
Thank you.